Hello friends and welcome to the Saitama Stacker channel. Hey, what can I say? Things are just going crazy. If you are already a member of the Saitama Wolfpack, you have cause just to be elated. The things that are going on right now with this project are absolutely insane and in my investment life, unprecedented. The closest I've seen to this is when Doge had its runaway breakout. And in spite of the fact that I had good intentions to be involved in that, I completely missed it. So being involved in something like this, just totally crazy. So let's get right into it. There's so much to talk about. I want to take a quick peek at CoinGecko and just show you the price action for the project. It is really, really something else today. So Saitama token in the last 24 hours is up 64%. Just absolutely fantastic. And we look at the price action. You remember yesterday we were approaching a new all-time high at about 8 zeros 37. Today we've gone as high as almost 8 zeros 6. There's your new all-time high, 8 zeros 5907. Absolutely amazing. I mean, just this kind of growth is crazy and unreal, but it has a lot to do with what I was talking about yesterday with my snowball analogy, which is when you have something that's small, which Saitama Project really still is, you can get momentum building on it pretty easy if you get the right catalysts in place. And those catalysts just have to do with a lot of excitement building around the project. And why is that? Let's get into that. We'll look at some key metrics. Before I do get there, I want to show you a couple additional catalysts. eToro has an amazing marketing team. This is a couple of days ago, but they put out this little piece of advertising that essentially says, name this crypto. Huge community and team, zero recognition. You start to scroll down through these and look what people are saying. It's Saitama. Saitama is the one, huge potential. Saitama, Saitama, everybody, every single response here, it's all Saitama. Now, is it Saitama? A lot of times what eToro is doing when they put these kind of things out, they did this with the Shiba Inu community, but they're kind of signaling, hey, we're thinking about adding this to our portfolio. And we want the centralized exchanges to put Saitama on their platforms because it opens us up to a ton of new investors. New investors bring new money, and new money drives the market. That's what's going to make our volume increase and our overall market cap. So very, very exciting. Also, there was quite a bit going on Twitter today with a new association between Saitama and Blaze Games. I believe that has to do with the education platform they're looking at putting together and also the new video game. So very, very exciting stuff. So let's get into some of Saitama's key metrics. Some of these have updated slightly since I put them into my tracker because this is going in real time. But this is currently showing Saitama holders at 35,666, volume for the day at 9,149,000, and the current market cap at 5,065,700,000. 565 million, excuse me, 565,700,000. If we look at my track sheet, I use this just to give you kind of a sense of where the token's been and where it's headed. So here, when we look at holders, you can see there was a slight update there from where when I put this in, but yesterday 34,478, today 35,639, over 1,000 new holders to Saitama. Largest increase in holders since I've been tracking, and of course that only goes back 2 weeks, but still that's amazing increase. What did they bring? They brought an extra $200 million, which is crazy, crazy, crazy volume, more than double. Big jump up in the rankings and a jump in the burn percentage. You can see that's ticking up about 1% per day. Today we kicked off a couple of percent, and so that also kind of indicates to me that my rewards are going to look good today, and I'll be showing you those here momentarily. Before we get into that, I wanted to just discuss a little bit what I saw in yesterday's comments for yesterday's videos. We had a few people that were out there saying they're not seeing their Saitama rewards. I saw in an interview with Yourpop and Russell, one of the main developers, that there are some wallets that haven't signed agreements to do the rewards program, or that maybe their distributions aren't happening in real time. So I just asked everybody, please put in the comments what wallet you're using if it's working. And the responses that came back were MetaMask and Trust Wallet. People are getting rewards in those. And I, of course, am using Coinbase, and mine's been working just fine. If you're using any other wallet to store your coins and you're seeing daily rewards, please post that in the comments below so we can help the community. And so, with that said, before I get into rewards, I want to show you a little bit about why, if you're thinking about getting into the project and rewards are important to you, that sooner is probably going to be better than later. So we're going to look at a little bit of algebra here, and we're going to look specifically at this function and this curve. In my estimation, and I'm not a math professor, but I do like math and the way that it has the ability to explain the world around us. So this particular curve right here is a pretty good assessment of how Saitama rewards are distributed throughout the life of the project. If this is time and this is quantity of tokens on these two axes, then as time goes by, the quantity of tokens that will be distributed will start to slow down and flatten and then just approach zero indefinitely. And the reason for this has to do with a couple of different factors. So the reason I'm displaying this is the earlier you are in time, the more tokens you'll receive in rewards. So if the tokens are important to you, if the quantity of tokens is important to you, earlier is probably better than later. What that looks like in a numbers type setting. So I've laid out 5 scenarios here. In each one, we look at $1 million in volume at varying prices. So this 802 is where the price was late last week. 806 is very akin to where we're at today. If this trend continues and we burn a zero, we were 702, 706. This is another burn, 602. I mean, this is quite a ways from where we're at right now. But what you see is the number of tokens you can purchase with $1 million starts to decrease over time. Because as the price increases, the less far your dollars stretch. The way the burn and the redistribution work, they are 2% of the token count. Now it's always 2% of any transaction. And as the tokens increase in price, sure, the tokens you're receiving are going to be worth more. But what I'm looking at is I want these tokens early so that as the project goes through time and the price increases, the rewards tokens I'm receiving now bring me lots of value later in time. So again, let's just take a look at what this means from pretty much a dollar standpoint. So if we wait for the price to get to double where it is right now, which would be a 100% increase, there would be currently the total number of tokens transacted would be 166 trillion, 666 billion, 666 million, 666,000, etc. The burn percentage would be 3 billion tokens and the redistribution would be 3 billion. 3 trillion, excuse me. 3 trillion and 3 trillion. Now, if the price were to go up and we were to drop a zero, now we're talking about 300 billion tokens distributed. So you can see if you're getting 2% of these transactions at a higher price, there's just less tokens to be distributed. The other battle that you're going to be fighting is the more holders there are, the more wallets there will be to distribute the tokens across. So I'm looking at these now and I'm saying, okay, in scenario 1, with the current number of holders that we have, if somebody were to transact $1 million and everybody received an equal share, everyone would get about 285 million tokens. If the wallets were to increase to 100, then everyone would be receiving 100 million tokens. So your token count that you're getting is going to go down as there are new holders or increased number of holders. And as the price goes down, the number of tokens getting distributed will also go down. So all I'm trying to say is when it comes to this algebraic curve, if you're in earlier, your token count that you receive in rewards will be higher. Now, your rewards are going to be a small portion of what you have. So it's not like saying, well, if you waited to get here, you're way too late to the party. It's just that for me, one of the things that excites me about the project are the rewards. So let me, with no further ado, show you what my rewards were for the last 24 hours. I always start with just showing you my Coinbase wallet. You can see my Saitama holdings, and that my current token count is 1,032,759,116,686. Placing that into my tracker, my daily distribution for rewards is 448 million tokens. So that is awesome to me. That's more than double what I got yesterday. Why is that? Why are they more than double? Because the volume of trade today is so much higher. My total token count, let me make this a little bit bigger. Total rewards since August 31st, almost 4 billion. So tomorrow when I make my video, the title will probably be $4 billion in rewards, because every time I've crossed a new billion mark, I've released one with that. So folks, I think the Saitama project, as much as it's just been going gangbusters, and it could be due for a correction, people seeing this kind of growth might pull and take some of those profits. You can't blame them. That's why they're in the game. But still, the long-term perspective for this project, I think the potential is tremendous. If you think about it, I mean, we still have a relatively low number of holders. The Saitamask has not been released. The game has not been released. Look what happened to Axie Infinity when their game released. They their price point went from $6 a coin to $70+ per coin. So I think this still has tremendous potential. And my goal again is to grow the community to where we take this token into the top 100 on CoinMarketCap. Currently, we're far away from that. They have us listed about 2,732, I believe, out of 11,000 tokens that are out there. So, hey, it's a great time to be a Saitama investor. Hopefully this trend and momentum continues. It's amazing to me in making videos for the last 14 days that I haven't had to give bad news a single time. And with the daily rewards, in my opinion, there's always a little bit of good news. It's one of the things I like about it. If the price is going up, I get rewards. If it's going down, I get rewards. And if it stays flat, as long as people are buying and selling, then again, we are getting rewards. So pretty exciting time to be a Saitama investor. Folks, please like and subscribe. Leave me your constructive comments in the feedback below. And as far as the volume goes, I appreciate you sticking through this with me, knowing full well that I'm fighting the battle of no microphone. My microphone is coming on Friday, so hopefully your audio quality will get much better, but hopefully you can still appreciate the content. And so I hope you'll share that with your friends. Folks, have a wonderful day. Check back with me tomorrow to see the Saitama stacks grow.